Alright guys, welcome back to the Redneck Tech YouTube channel. Today we're going to be covering the Sony 24-240 and why we occasionally use this on shoots. One of our lenses that we keep in our kit is the Sony 24-240, and it's a 3.5 to 6.3 variable aperture lens. The reason we carry this lens in our kit is really for a few main reasons. The number one reason is if we're in a situation where we don't have the ability to switch lenses, like if we're in a tree stand or in a ground blind or a redneck blind, and we need something that can reach out there and film animals at 240 millimeters, or we need to get wider shots at 24 millimeters, the Sony 24-240 can cover all those ranges. The other reason we use it, whether if we're doing like a backpack style hunt where we're limited on the amount of space that we can use in our pack or the weight that we can bring into a specific area, the 24-240 can cover all those wide ranges of focal lengths that we may need for that specific trip. So the third main reason that we carry this lens, and why some of you might like to buy this lens, is because you're basically getting 3 lenses for the price of one. Usually you can buy it used for around 500 bucks, or you can buy it new for 1,000 bucks. So instead of having more than $3,000 invested in 3 lenses, you can spend 500 to 1,000, and you can basically cover all those focal lengths with one lens. So those are the 3 main reasons why we're going to use this lens. That being said, there are some downfalls to this lens. This lens is not going to be the most crisp lens. It doesn't have a constant aperture. Like I said, you're going to go all the way up to 6.3, all the way down to 3.5. So as you zoom out on the lens, you're going to increase your aperture as you zoom out. If we're running this on the FX6 and you're running on auto ND, you don't hardly tell. But if you're running on something like a mirrorless A7IV, A7III, or the FX3, you're going to have to manually adjust your ND filter, and your exposure is going to change as you come out to the end of the lens. That is a downfall and something to keep in mind when you're going to purchase this lens. So the other downfall of this lens is the close focus is not very good, and you're not going to notice it really until you're in a situation where you can't physically move the tripod or the tree arm. So like if you're filming whitetail hunting out of a tree stand, filming whitetail hunting in a blind, and you just physically don't have the room, you're going to notice that the lens does not focus as closely as, like, say a 24-105 f4 from Sony. That lens is going to focus much closer and be much easier to grab focus inside of a tight confined space. So to wrap up this review of the 24-240, we're really only using this lens in certain scenarios. It's not as sharp as we'd like. It does cover a lot of focal length, so it's really nice in those running gun scenarios. Or if the client doesn't want us to change lenses in between, like say you get a shot on a whitetail, and with a lens where you would have to change it to get to a wider lens, with this you don't have to. You can just roll right through it, so you get that situation and that feel more natural than you would if someone had to recreate those reactions, which we like to get those all natural. So in a wrap up, this is a great lens for under 1,000 bucks that can cover a lot of focal lengths. If you guys like this video, make sure you drop a comment below. If you guys have any questions, ask us a question in the comment. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel.